Hello, this is Tim Campbell with Action Coach Business Coaching with my Survive and Thrive Business Spotlight series. The purpose is to interview local business owners to promote them through my social channels and email database. This is a free service I'm providing to support local businesses because if we save every business, we save the economy. Today, I have the pleasure of talking with Dr. Brian. Welcome, Dr. Brian. It's great to have you on the program today.
Hi, Tim. Thanks for having me. I'm pretty excited about having this conversation with you.
Well, let's get started. Why don't you tell me a little bit about yourself as well as your business?
Okay. My name is Dr. Brian McCarley. I'm a doctor of chiropractic in Noblesville, Indiana. I own my own practice. I've been in practice about 14 years. In a former life, if you will, I worked in sports medicine and left that profession because I wanted to find a way to leave things better than I found them. And in that industry, I was basically limited to being able to get our athletes back to participation and then never really beyond that. So looked around, found a way to get into chiropractic, which offered me that opportunity. The kind of irony is that when I got first interested in chiropractic, I thought I would go and be a sports chiropractor because that was my background. And then in going through school and learning more and more about chiropractic, I discovered that there's so much more to what we do than just helping people with injuries, whether it be back pain, neck pain, or athletic injuries. That's kind of my background. Our practice in Noblesville is a family wellness practice, and we see all kinds. We see everything from birth all the way through the elderly. We do see a number of families in our office. We are a family wellness practice because our structure and our practice is built on the idea that we want to help people be the best version of themselves that they can be. Basically release them to be who God created them to be, which is really kind of a lot of fun. Not just get them out of back pain or neck pain or headaches, whatever, but then help them take them beyond that and help them realize what their potential is.
Yeah. So, Dr. Brian, tell us the name of your business because I know that's tied into what you just shared.
Sure. Yeah, it's Genesis Family Chiropractic. We chose the name Genesis, and it was actually kind of I don't want to say hard fought, but we really went round and round trying to discover what the right name was, the name that just felt right for what we do. And we landed on Genesis because we have a very strong faith background. My wife actually runs the office for me. I'm like I tell people, I'm just the talent. She runs the show. But we have a very strong faith background, so we wanted something that spoke to that. But then the word Genesis means a beginning. And so we want people to see this as the beginning of their health journey of really not only getting away from whatever the original complaint or symptom or illness was that brought them in, but then beginning that new life and helping them to grow beyond there. So
wonderful. Thank you for sharing that.
absolutely.
So tell me, Dr. Brian, what's been the greatest impact that COVID-19 has had on your business?
I think the biggest impact that it's had on our business has been really, we were actually shut down for about 6 weeks. We have several family members who have some underlying health conditions, and we wanted to be able to protect them, as well as because we're not really a back pain, neck pain, headaches kind of office, although we see that. We have a lot of other patients with a lot of other conditions that would challenge their immunity. And so we wanted to try to protect them as well. That 6 weeks was a big deal. And a lot of people can relate to this, I'm sure, because there are a lot of people who still are not back to work yet. But we've been playing catch up since then, not only in taking care of the people that weren't able to get in to see us while we were closed down, but also the people that are saying, hey, I need something more than what I've been getting. How do I get in to see you? So it's been kind of a boon and a bust, if you will, at the same time. Obviously, it's changed some things about how we're able to process patients as they come through. We've had to spread our adjusting areas out a little more, create some more space, doing a lot more sanitizing of our work surfaces and whatnot. We've always kept things clean, but now there's just a heightened level of sanitation that has to happen. And so it slows things down a little bit, but we're managing. We've learned how to adapt, which is really what it's all about, not only in an office, but also in your body. And so we're moving on.
Yeah. Well, you mentioned adapt, and we use the word pivot a lot. What are one or two actions that you've had to take to make a difference during all this craziness, and how's that working for you?
Sure. Prior to COVID-19, let me back up a little bit. Our office is very much a community. We've worked very hard to create a community environment in here. When folks are coming in for their adjustments, when you step into our office, we have what's called an open adjusting area. So we have multiple tables in one big room. And so when we're getting people adjusted, there are other people around, and they're hearing the conversations that I'm having with other people, and vice versa. And we try to keep those conversations obviously focused on health, but we just never know when this person has a question about something about their health. The other person may have never thought to ask that, but they go, "Oh gosh, that's a great question. I wonder about that too." And so now we get that community going. Um, Prior to COVID-19, that community was such that we would have 4 or 5 or 6 or 8 people in the office at a time, and it was almost like, I don't want to call it a party, but it was kind of like a party. I mean, I don't know a better word for it. Almost like a cocktail party, because people are milling about. They get to know each other. They're catching up on each other's family life and how's work going. All of those just community kinds of activities. But with COVID-19, when we first reopened, we actually had to limit that to having one person or one family unit in the office at a time every 15 minutes. That gave us time to change out face paper, sanitize the tables, make sure we got our hands washed, thoroughly, all of those kind of things. As we've gotten better at those activities in between, we've been able to open that up a little bit more. And we're down to now where we can let people in about every 5 minutes and still get everything done that we need to get done as far as sanitation and keeping people distanced.
Great. Fantastic. Pivoting during this craziness has definitely been something we've all been pressured to figure out. I've been working with a lot of business owners. I offer a free 20-minute conversation to just help folks think through how they might be able to change their business model or adjust their business model, do some of the things that you just shared. So thank you for sharing that with us. I'm sure it's going to inspire other folks of how to think about their business differently as well.
Sure.
So, Dr. Brian, this is an interesting question. It's been said that smart people learn from their mistakes, and wise people learn from the mistakes of others. So, what mistakes have you made along the way, and how can other entrepreneurs learn from your experience?
That is a really good question. I think, the biggest mistakes that I've made have been in um, thinking I had done my due diligence in vetting other business to business organizations that we do work with. We do employ some marketing agencies and some suppliers and vendors and things like that. And not being as thorough as I should have been on the front end to vet those organizations out. We've gotten burned on several occasions. It cost us quite a bit of money and a whole lot of time. That's probably the biggest mistakes, and I like to think I've learned from those, and I do a much better job of that now. And we just try to make sure we're really digging down and asking some hard questions, and not being embarrassed to ask the hard questions. I think one of the things I've discovered through that process is that the organizations who are worthy of our business are not troubled by those hard questions.
Yeah.
In fact, they almost welcome them. If I find an organization that seems to be giving me pushback when I ask some hard questions about how this relationship's going to go, that's usually a red flag that says this is probably not a company we need to be working with.
Yeah.
So that's if I had learned that 12 years ago, 13 years ago when I was first starting practice, again, I would have saved a lot of time and a lot of money.
Fair. Yeah. Great advice. It's actually a service that I provide for my clients is to be involved in that vetting process and be a second set of eyes, someone else to help think of those tough questions. So thank you for sharing that.
Sure.
Awesome. So second to last question here. I've got your contact information that I'll include when I post this video on my social media channels. Is there anything else that we should include, like a special offer or anything like that?
Yeah, actually, we're getting ready to launch here. I don't know how soon you'll be posting this or not, but we'll be launching toward the end of September. We'll be promoting this and advertising this. One of the services that we've just recently added, it really is near and dear to my heart and Michelle's heart. She and I have both struggled with weight challenges our entire lives. And I've never been a fan of weight loss programs. I just feel like they just built people for money, and they don't really have any hope of making any lasting change. And we came across a program that we thought, okay, so this, again, after asking some of those hard questions, we felt like this might actually be a good thing for us personally. Let's explore this for us. And the more we dug in and the more we looked at it, the more that became clear that, yeah, this is going to be a good fit for us. But more than that, it can be a good fit for our patients and our community. And so the program is called ChiroThin. It's the name of the company. It's a weight loss program that is only offered through chiropractic offices and supervised by the doctor. The doctor has to be willing to supervise the process with folks, or they're not allowed to be licensed for this system. The thing we're launching toward the end of September, 1st of October, is a 9-day challenge. Now, 9 days doesn't sound like much. The full-blown program is a 10-week program, but it's a significant time and money investment for people who have serious weight issues, 20 plus pounds that they want to get rid of, and way more than that even. The 9-day challenge is a way for us to introduce this program to hopefully a larger number of our community members, not just internally, but outside the walls of our office as well, for them to kind of get a taste of what this program is like and to lose some weight. They could potentially lose 5 to 10 pounds during that 9 days. But if they have more than that to lose, then they can see how well the program is going to work for them, not only in losing weight, but how they're going to be able to adapt to the program and let it work within their lifestyle. What's going to be fun about it is we're going to do it as a cohort. It's the same 9 days. Everybody who goes through it's going to go through the 9 days. And there's a challenge at the end that, we'll have some prizes available. We'll be giving away a full program to the lucky winner out of everybody who qualifies to be in the drawing. Ultimately, I think it's going to come down to that. But we're going to have an iPad that's available as a prize. We'll have some gift cards to like Best Buy and things like that. But it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be very interactive. We're all about community, so we're definitely going to make it a community event. So that's probably our biggest thing.
Oh, that's fantastic.
When we get ready to promote it, the information that'll be put out there, there'll be an informational meeting. So if folks just want to find out more, they're more than welcome to come to the meeting, sit through it, find out what it's about, and then make a decision from that point if they want to participate or not. So.
Fantastic. Well, I'm not sure if you did provide it, but if not, let's make sure that I have that information to include when I put this post up in the next couple of days.
You got it. I'll make sure and get that to you.
All right. Fantastic. So last question, Dr. Brian, tell me, what is the most inspiring to you in today's crazy environment?
Honestly, I think what it is, and it comes out of a group that we're part of called the Black Diamond Club. And it's something that we've chosen to participate in. I wish I'd thought of the idea. It wasn't my idea. I completely stole it. But the people who I stole it from know that I stole it. It's all good. We're all friends. And they encouraged me to steal it. But the benevolence that I see, not only that we're doing, but also that a lot of other people are doing. One of the things that we've done almost every week, we've missed a couple of weeks here and there since basically the lockdown started back in March, is we called it Free Food Friday. A lot of people just call it Benevolence Friday, where we would go to a local restaurant that we knew was going to be hurting because of the decreased traffic, and we'd open a tab for $100 or $200 or $300, whatever it was, whatever was appropriate for that restaurant, and then blast it out to social media and say, hey, we've got a tab. There's money. Here's this much money at this place. Go get you a free meal or get you $5 off or $10 off. Just tell them to put it on Dr. Brian's tab. And so that's what we've done. That's the way we've done it. But we're not the end all be all. I'm not saying that just to toot our own horn. I'm just saying that's one example of a lot of the things that I've seen. And there's a lot of people stepping up to help a lot of people right now. In fact, I just heard I was listening to the radio in the car a few minutes ago, and I just heard a guy talking about something that he had done, that during this time he created an entire business that a portion of all of the proceeds from this business that he created are going to help local restaurants and bars and help take care of their servers, who are the ones that are hurting the most through this. So it's just the benevolence has just been amazing to me to watch and to see how people really have stepped up to help others out.
Well, I appreciate the part that you're doing as well. To your point, every little bit makes a difference, right? And when we're all doing our part, it can have a snowball effect in the greater community. So thank you for your service as well.
Absolutely. Our pleasure.
So, Dr. Brian, that concludes our interview. I'd like to invite everyone who's listening, as well as yourself, to take advantage of a complimentary coaching session that I provide. It just gives folks an opportunity to dig in deeper into their business, see things through a different light, uncover some strategies and opportunities to take the business to the next level. So anybody who's listening to this that'd like to take advantage of that, please let me know. And Dr. Brian, again, it's been wonderful talking to you. Thank you so much for your time today.
Absolutely. Tim, I really appreciate it. Thanks for the invitation.
You're welcome. Have a great day.
Thanks, you too.